Sarahia Benn has had an impressive career in the music industry as a singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, and producer, and she's with me to tell us all about a special conference and concert coming to Havre Grace in February. I'm excited to welcome Sarahia Benn, owner, founder, and artist of the Benn Experience at SMB Music Group. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, well, I just feel like I should give the floor to you because you do have such an interesting career that started, and so I would love if you would share it with our viewers. I mean, did you know as a little kid that you loved music?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, my dad was a little bit of a blues player, and so I started playing guitar basically behind him. He started teaching me at the age of 4.
Oh my good, and that's here in Harford County?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
okay.
Yes, and I've had cousins that have toured with professional artists all over the world, and so it was sort of something that was in my family to a certain extent.
Yeah. And your family's been in Harford County for a long, long time.
Yes, since the 1700s.
That's a long time.
Two families, two historic families in Harford County called the Bishops and Bonds. We're related to about 17 other families in Harford County. So, like I said, I'm literally related to probably everybody, maybe even including you.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. I went with that music genes you have too.
All right.
Okay, so you grew up here, and then what happened after that?
Well, I went to college at Berklee College of Music, which is one of the preeminent colleges in America, but now in the nation, in the world.
Yeah, no, it's great for. And what's your instrument?
I'm a bassist.
Okay.
But I didn't go there as a bassist. I went there as a saxophonist. This is what's so funny.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, I went there as a saxophonist, and I actually became very, very good at saxophone, but it started giving me headaches. And so I started switching from sax to bass because I was playing in this Latin band. And so I was playing percussion. It was like a second instrument. And during breaks, I started picking up the bass's bass because I had already played guitar. So it wasn't like, I had no background in playing a stringed instrument. And next thing you know, he was like, I'm going to teach you this gig because I got to go back to Germany because his visa was up. And he was like, I'm going to teach you this gig. And that's how I started playing bass.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you finished school or whatever. Then you end up going out to L.A. then.
That's correct.
Okay, tell us about your L.A. time.
Well, when I went to L.A., many other friends of mine went out there. We were trying to make our career. Some of us made it immediate. Some of us didn't. Some of us got signed immediate. In my case, I had a little bit of a delay, but not too much of a delay. And I ended up going on tour with multiple artists. I mean, geez. I mean, it started off with, if I'm not mistaken, New Kids on the Block.
Oh, my goodness.
And I did some stuff with Brian McKnight, but that was a long, long time ago.
Yeah, okay. And then you wanted to come back home. For family reasons, but also you said things sort of, the business also was kind of relocating back on the East Coast.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Well, the music business is cyclical. It'll be big in LA, and then it'll start being big in Atlanta, or it'll start be big in New York again.
Yeah.
So I was moving back to New York at that time.
Yeah.
But also I had like some family illness and stuff, and I wanted to be closer to my dad at that time.
Yeah,
and so I came back east and everything. And so instead of touring as much, I got into DJing a little bit more. But it wasn't immediate. It wasn't an immediate shift. I mean, I still was doing a lot of touring, just more on the gospel end. I became a first call bassist doing gospel music. And actually in this area, I'm known only as the bassist in some of these churches. They don't even know my first or last name. They call me the bassist.
The bassist.
They do. They just call me the bassist.
Okay, so you were also a DJ, did a lot of things. You taught also as well. So we want to make sure we get to what's happening now. Tell me a little bit about them, the Benn Experience and SMB.
Okay. Well, first thing is the Benn Experience started as what I call a jam band. I had always wanted to do my own band. Like, I'd always been a supporting artist. And there's nothing wrong with being a supporting artist.
Yeah, but
but I finally wanted to do my own vision, which was a mix of funk, jazz, hip-hop, pop, and rock, because I have an edge. I mean, some of the artists, that I admire are like, Marcus Miller, Bootsy Collins, Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Muddy Waters.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so they all have an edge, and they're all really super different, all the way to like Stravinsky,
Okay.
So Stravinsky, excuse me. So it's all through the traverse of things.
Okay.
And so I wanted to try to come up with something that was jamming. So over the years, we would jam a little bit, and sometimes we would get a gig. But 2019 changed it all. We started getting more serious.
Okay, so now what you're doing is you're taking all this experience that you've had, you've come up with a SMB, that's an organization, and you're putting on, you want to share your passion and your experience with others who are starting out because you can identify. So you're going to have this wonderful conference. Tell us about it.
Well, it's the contemporary conference that we're going to have in Havre Grace at the State Theater on February 23rd and 24th, 2024. And what it's going to serve is for aspiring artists and even just music lovers to learn more about music. It's a complete educational opportunity to learn everything from panelists, speakers that are in the local, regional, and even national music industry. And so you can learn anything from copyright law to contracts to social justice in music, because that's a space now.
Yeah, it is.
To
right.
how to songwrite, and it's also going to allow people to have an opportunity to showcase. Now we understand that we're not going to be able to showcase every artist, so we are going to have a process with which to
highlight certain.
certain groups. We're going to have a focus group of professionals to be able to pick out that.
Okay, so if people want to sign on, I think you're kind of saying, get your early bird pass. This is a
That's
good
correct.
thing. How do they go about doing that?
Well, the website's going to be started up in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
It's going to go live, and they'll be able to go there, and they'll be able to sign up and register to get on the showcase or to get tickets for the actual conference.
Right, and there's a phone number there too. And plus, we're going to be airing this more than 2 weeks, so just keep trying. If you don't get the website the first time, keep trying, right?
That's correct. That's correct. That's correct.
Right, and then are you going to be performing at all during
Yes,
this?
oh, of course. I'm going to be in the conference. I'm going to be in the conference and the concert.
You get to decide,
because our band, we kick. We're hard, and we're going to give you guys a little different. We call our stuff funk and roll.
Yeah,
it's hard
and
it's funky.
Okay, so you learn all the different aspects of the music industry and all of that. And just in the couple seconds we have left, why did you decide to do this? Why this conference? It's a big step.
It is a big step. Over the years, I looked at Maryland and the DMV in general and looked at there hasn't been a lot of conferences in the area, yet there's a large amount of music talent. Do you realize how much music talent leaves this area to go on tour for the biggest artists in the U.S. and the world?
Well, you're going to change that now. You're going to have them wanting to stay here. Forget about L.A. or Atlanta. It's Havre Grace.
That's right. That's right.
All right. So I want to thank you so much. Best of wishes to you, Sarahia, so much.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Right. Harford County, Susquehanna.